recording. Yay. Yay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. I'm ready too. Cool. Hello, everyone. We are Beth and Katy. Your head is above mine right now, of the Heart Path. And we are, coming on to chat about our next big experience that we are putting together. It's our vision retreat that is in January of 2023. We're going to share all of our details about it in this little chat. So,
Yeah. So in January, we are doing 5 nights or 5 days and 4 nights, all-inclusive retreat in Destin, Florida. It's going to include all your nourishing meals, a beautiful home that's 3 stories, 2 blocks from the beach, rooftop views of the ocean, hot tub, pool, all the things.
all the things.
All the things. It's going to be beautiful. So we just wanted to tell you a little bit about the flow of the retreat, what we're thinking we're going to do, what you can expect. So right now we are right in the middle of a 2-part workshop around desire, which is really feeding into what this retreat is about, this vision retreat. So kind of our the statement around this idea is that desire fuels your vision, vision fuels your power, and power unlocks your freedom. So right now we're really digging into desire and what that looks like and what it feels like to listen to the desires of your heart. And this will all flow into our vision retreat.
Yeah. So just thinking about that structure, that framework of desire, it's almost like we're seeing this as a framework that it all begins with desire, and it's safe to trust your desires, and it's safe to be led by your desires. And so in order for us to, as we were like cultivating and, connecting into the creation of this retreat as we do, for whatever we create, really wanting to prepare every person that's coming to show up super open,
Ready.
in trust, feeling safe, to really co-create in the way that comes with the least amount of resistance, if you will, and feels really juicy and generative and fun, and like, oh my God, miracles happen for me on a regular basis. Like Katy and I are living through this right now, been experiencing this for a while, watching it occur for the people in our lives and people that we work with. And we want to bring this together in an in-person experience as well. So coming up with this framework of, or I should say, receiving this framework of desire fueling your vision. So desire being the first step, vision fueling your power, and you claiming that vision and holding it and working with it, and then your power unlocking your freedom. And that is like, just, that's the beauty of this kind of life that we get to live. So prior to, I guess I'll explain this part, Katy. Sorry, I might feel like I'm talking over you. Prior to us joining in person, we're super, super excited about this. So prior to joining in person, we're basically starting this retreat technically now. So folks who come to our live experiences that are surrounding desire are essentially being prepared if this is, should they want to continue the path. And at the beginning of January 2023, the first 2 weeks, we are doing private workshops for those that have signed up for the retreat. First, to just connect you into the group. This is going to be your community of women, like-hearted women, that is the safe place to explore what you really, really desire and to allow your heart to, reveal to you. And we're going to, offer that space. And again, we're creating experiences for you to show up in person open. So once those 2 weeks have occurred, then the next week, January 17th, we're all meeting in Destin at this gorgeous house, super jazzed, and we'll dive into our official opening ceremony that evening. So Katy, I'll let you talk a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and I just wanted to say, we're really trying to harness this this energy of entering into a new year. This is the time where we're ready to release the old and open up to the new. So this is a time that we're already visioning for our
True.
year, for our life, deciding no more of this. I want to do this. And so really just trying to like feed into that energy that's already there. So we will get to Destin. Day one, everyone will arrive, we'll get settled. We're going to start with a beautiful dinner on the beach and have an opening ceremony where we'll talk about what's to come, our intentions for the retreat, which will lead into the next day, which is going to be the day of clearing. So this will be our day where we kind of dive into healing, really healing anything that needs to come up, needs to be seen, needs to be witnessed. We are going to talk a little bit about desire again and how that shows through in our conscious and unconscious desires, and how really we create from these places of unconscious desires. And then we'll also prepare that day for silence, and which is going to be so good. This originally was maybe going to be an all silent retreat, kind of like pared it down. But this idea that we are going to be open and available to our hearts and to the voices of our hearts, and kind of close ourselves in, cocoon ourselves in, to be, available for what is there for us.
Yeah, for our hearts to really reveal what is ready. And, just to touch on the idea of clearing, Katy and I talk a lot about how, our future is created from our presence, what we put our attention on today is part of what builds for what comes tomorrow. And this clearing is, with the intention of understanding how to feel and anchor into what is true and your truth. And while all of our truths may vary, and that's what's so beautiful about the silent day, because so much comes through. If you haven't done a silent retreat before, this is like a little taster of one, but there's a lot of trust that is required to kind of allow yourself to go quiet and allow, spirit, divine, universe, God, source, whatever, your higher self, your heart, to reveal to you what is meant for you, and to trust that like what you're receiving in that moment is exactly what you need. And going back to the concept of the universal truth that we all carry is that we're all worthy, we're all infinitely worthy of living a life of support and really what we desire our lives to be. So opening that space for the presence will be preparing you to get silent. So for folks who are a little nervous about that day, you'll be very prepared for it, and it will feel like such a gift. And then we'll dive into the next day. So emerging from silence, we'll get into intentional creation, and I'll let Katy talk about this a little more.
This is my favorite day.
Yes.
This is when I think about this day, I feel like electrified. Like I'm so ready to dig into the creation, the new life creation, and how beautiful it is that we get to intentionally create from a space of desire, from a space of vision. So we have all kinds of things planned. Creative workshops. We're going to have tons of art supplies. We're going to be just like really digging into that creative part of ourselves. And, honoring and recording what came up for us the day before in our silent time, and working with that and seeing what does that, like sitting in the space of possibility, what does this look like going forward? Beth and I talk a lot about how this gets to be fun, like planning our lives, planning our year, planning our month, whatever it is, like it gets to be really fun. And so choosing to sit in that posture of possibility, and doing it in a really creative, juicy way, like that's what that day is going to be all about.
Yes. Yeah. And I just want to say very led. So again, if you're someone that's like, I'm not creative, blah, 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 like all of those things, don't worry.
Mhm.
Katie used to teach art. So we've got like a really, again, kind of the two of us coming here and bringing our skill set, putting our skill sets together. It will be a very safe space. We've done workshops like this before, and it's just with all kinds of people. And what comes forward is just truly unique and beautiful for each person. And we will be there and available, obviously, the entire
Yeah.
time for any like teasing out of limiting beliefs that might come up, or what's telling you that you can't have what you want, or any like blocks that might
Mhm.
show themselves. Like Katie and I will be there to help massage that out of
Yeah.
the way for you.
Well, yeah, and we'll
Yeah,
just be really the intention is we'll be available throughout the whole
yeah,
retreat for you to bounce ideas off of or get any sort of support that you feel like you need.
yeah,
Um, so moving in then to the last day, um, where we will integrate and we'll prepare ourselves to continue on in the journey. So we will have our closing ceremony where we will honor and seal all that we just did together.
yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
I'm
At
like
our last
already
retreat,
tearing up.
I know our last retreat, the closing ceremony was incredible. It was incredible, so powerful. I don't even know that I necessarily have the words
Yeah.
for it. Lots of tears and lots of smiles and so
Lots of ugly
beautiful.
crying from me.
But the idea being that we are gathering together and just witnessing each other in what has just occurred and sending each other off with big love and blessings.
Yeah. And truly believing in the magic that is here for us. It's both Kate and I have experienced on and have gone through the depths of hell, I'll just say, um, in our own life experience, and have been able to navigate and create the space for the full experience of being a human in this life. So, this retreat is not really about spiritual bypassing or toxic positivity or outward manifestation principles around like, okay, I see this, I want it, so I'm going to call it in, I'm going to do the work for it, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not what this is. So, we have really, both of us have been and still are very committed to being devoted to our heart. I mean, that sounds cheesy. And we've said that so much. But what that really means is being in service to our soul. Like, I am in service to what my soul is asking me to bring forward in this world, whether that is creating a retreat, whether that is like navigating real life stuff, in my real life with my partner and my friends and my family. To show up in service to your soul is what we're here for. And so part of this retreat is, yes, there's excitement around creating your vision and feeling into the energy of possibility. And that gets to ripple out into all areas of your life, so that when you go home and you come home in this high vibration and people in your life are not matching that and they want to like bring you down, you'll be able to understand that that is not impeding in your co-creation power, or whatever we want to call it. It's actually all part of the process of experiencing and living life. So we'll be able to prepare, and provide support for some of those tools of what occurs, once we've done all this amazing, yummy, beautiful stuff. Like, of course, you're going to have an incredible time. Of course, your heart is going to speak to you. Of course, all of these things are going to happen. The real, like, extra work is going to be holding this energy and cultivating it and continuing to have a relationship with it when you're back in your real life. And so this retreat
Yeah.
is, all inclusive
Yeah.
in many ways.
Well,
So,
and that's really the whole point of creating this kind of framework is,
yeah,
we're always in this spiral of life. Like we're always going to be coming back around. And so if you can always know that your desires are safe to trust, that you can listen to your heart, no matter what you go home to, you can go right back into that spiral. Okay, where is the desire in this? How
yeah,
do I create vision from that? then where's the power that I get to step into? And then your freedom shows itself. And
Yeah.
so really it's about practicing this whole process and knowing that we're going to go around and around in this process in our whole life, and learning how to play with that energy and hold it lightly and not get so caught and bogged down in the hard things, but knowing where you can step, where you can reach to put yourself back in this loop, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm like, there's so much to say about this. Yeah, I know.
Well, do you want to go?
I don't know. I'm like so excited.
We could talk about this all day.
We really can, and we will. So please join us. We are super jazzed. Yeah, I think we already talked a little bit about our why. I think maybe the last thing I want to say about that is I used to think that this work was like extra. I used to think it was, oh, when life is going well and I'm like fully financially supported by my job and my husband and I aren't fighting, then I can think about what I want to create. And I used to think about it as like, this is something that certain people get to do in their life because their life is easy. And while there is some truth to that, because there are experiences, that are really, really not okay in this world. If you are someone that, has the availability, the capacity, the spark, the desire to do something like this, knowing that it's available and it heals the people around you, people in your community, your family line, like everyone that you touch. After we came home from our last retreat, I can't tell you how many people have told me like what they've seen in me. That was like 2 months ago, just from doing the retreat. We were there, we did the retreat. The retreat was really powerful and transformative and marking a time of elevation that now gets to ripple out to the people that I love and then even greater, right? So everything that's come from doing this work, I've realized is the work. Like this is the work of life that helps create healing. Again, if this is something that is sparking to you, if this is something you desire, you get to trust that. Does that make sense as I'm saying that? Like I used to just not think it was that important. I thought it was like this extra nice thing that some people get to have. And I've been like, oh, it's not.
We've been taught that that we're not allowed to trust the desire, that it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But if we choose, it does get to be that easy, that we get to just follow the spark. So if this feels sparky for you, we would love to have you. The cost for the whole retreat is $18.99. It includes everything. So it's all inclusive. It doesn't include your flight, but that's all that you have to cover.
Yep.
And yeah, we would love to have you. We're ready for you, ready to hold the space for you and ready to, walk you through this process.
So good. So if you want to dip into this a little bit more, we have an upcoming live experience and we're going to link it below or in the bio, wherever you're seeing this, go where links go. If you have any questions prior to or around, or if you need information on payment plans, whatever, we're here to work with you. And we're just so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Katy?
I think that's it.
That's it. Okay. Thank you. Bye.